finally reached endgame to a point that I want to share my thoughts about the game. And yeah, I won't actually talk about the gacha system and how you farm stuff in game since pretty basic, and also it's just typical gacha systems that you see in many gacha games. What I want to address is actually the system within their game. So we all know that NTE have so many systems, right? They have the managing your cafe, they have managing your property, you can even design it. You can be delivering goods to the city, you can do online races, you can be an Uber driver, you can do heists, and you can do fishing, and all of these things. Some of these systems are, they just made it on the surface level only. They don't have depth on it. But I'm just pointing this out for a reason that they can improve this over time, or they might not. So it is what it is. Let's talk about the apartment system. So in NTE, you can actually buy multiple apartments, right? And this is your starter apartment, and you can just buy all of this eventually if you accumulated the amount of funds. In this apartment, like every apartment, actually, you can design it, can change the furnitures, can move around furnitures. Yeah, basically it's like Sims, right? You can even invite your characters to stay in your house, and you can talk to them, you can interact with them, and do stuff with them. So the thing about the apartment system that is lacking for me, and I don't know if everyone cares about this, or maybe you guys don't care, but the apartment system feels like half baked, right? Rather than these characters here that you invite is just roam around. They just roam around like this. Like every time they're not even tired, just roaming around the house. And then after that, they would just sit everywhere. Sometimes they would eat and do their own ideal systems. They just roam around and doesn't feel natural at all. Like it feels like a system that is slapped here and it's just here. It's not actually finished. So my suggestion, or maybe my suggestion is so absurd, but I think they could have made this a little sim where if you invite your characters, they're actually like a sim character that is in here. They can just move around here, interact with your furnitures, like washing the dishes, cooking, they're putting their stuff here, or eating. Like this one, they have chips here. They can interact with everything basically. For the environment, that I don't have problems with the environment, since the environment is just, look at this, it's just a beautiful game. But one of the systems that is in the environment are these moving cars. And I noticed that if you just stand here, or you have your own car, even though it's here, your car is just parked over here at the side, these cars won't actually move. In GTA, NPC will just like bitch about you for standing in their way, but eventually they will just move around you. I don't know, it's little details in the game that they can just, I think it's just an easy fix, right? They can just make the AI better. An object will block them, they will just move around it eventually. The next thing I want to address is the heist system. There's no really problem about the heist system, but rather it's just a really basic heist system where you just go inside the heist and you just collect money to accumulate, and yeah, and then you exit. I don't really have issues about the heist itself, but rather I have suggestions that they could do in the future. And one of those suggestions is add more variety in heist, since they already have this kind of things that you can actually shoot, so they can add like heist that relates to non-anomalies but rather just criminals. You can do stealth heist, or you can just brute force it. Could have add more variety in terms of the heist system, rather than they just continue with only pink paws and all you can do in the pink paws is just collect things. It's just a suggestion that could make the game have more variety in terms of heists. Most of the systems here, I'm not really gonna nitpick like all of them, but what I noticed about their system that they added, the game actually has many systems within the game, but most of the systems aren't made fuller. They weren't made into a fully fledged system. I understand that it's still a 1.0 game. They can eventually change this, so I'm just sharing my thought that I would like the game to have more variety in their systems and more depth into their systems, games. Overall, the game is actually really good, and I would recommend people to play it, especially people that like to play GTA. And I know that it doesn't have the same depth as GTA in terms of heist, but it still has a charm that you would wish GTA will have. Maybe you guys will disagree with me, and that's fine. Your perspective on how to improve this game is different than mine, and that's okay. So yeah, that's all my thoughts about NTE. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.